Good morning. 77th video in the state of the school, and I still have the flu, influenza A. Uh, it'll go away. Now, the last video I made was about animals. I have a correction I want to make. I've never had a pet porcupine. That would be interesting. But I did have a raccoon, uh, probably more than once. But one Joyce would remember it up in New Hampshire. Used to come every evening to the door, and I'd hand him a banana, and he'd sit there, or she probably would sit there or I think I'd unwrap it partly and hand it to him, and he'd eat it. And she was wild, but she just came around. Anyway, I had a puzzling comment from Wayne Frost about this. He said that I didn't discuss animals. I just listed the ones I'd had. Well, I don't know. I think he'd missed my point. My point was really just that they're all over here. And if you decided, yeah, I want to go to Frank's school and visit him and work with him and stuff, well, you'd have to be ready for the fact that there'd be animals all around you. I mean, a lot of times I have to stop what I'm doing and go do something else because the animals are there. Uh, I watched it, of course, again, and I looked and I thought I got my point across. But anyway, I'm very near to the end of this whole series. I think I have two subjects left, and one I can just deal in one video, and the other one is a doozy, as I said, but it's the last one. What I want to talk about today is groups, that is, Facebook groups. And it is going to just be basically a list, Wayne, because I think it would say something about where I'm coming from by the groups that I have joined. Now, it's not every group, and almost all of them, I haven't been back to them for months. I just haven't found the right one. And maybe I've begun to think there isn't a right one. I've created some, and I'll tell you about them. Uh, uh, so if you know of a group, and you think, well, there's a group you want to be in, let me know. But I have to kind of conclude that no, there's no group for me. There's nobody else really quite like me in my thinking. I've tried. I've really tried to find others. Anyway, another thing about animals, I should have made clear too. I don't pen them. If you just think of pigs on a farm being in a pen, no. I mean, it's a problem because I have to build pens eventually. I mean, sometimes I need to have pens, and I do need to build them, but I want to know just where they are, and when I build them, I want to have them right. All right, these groups: voluntary simplicity. I'm just going to name them. I think degrowth for future, regenerative agriculture group. Uh, Now, I'll save the three that I created for last. The minimalist group, rehydrate Earth, water and climate, regenerative agriculture books, artists for sustainability. I was so excited about that existed, but it turned out it was high school kids or even middle school kids, but by now they're older. I don't know. I should look again and see what happened to that. Degrowth joined the revolution. Now that has been useful to me. Some of these groups I have friends in them now, Facebook friends, and that's one that has been very good. Old houses, barns, churches, and grist mills abandoned. Now, there are others. I mean, sculpture group, and you only have so much time. So I haven't sort of done my duty in going back to these groups and being part of them. But the ones that I've created, uh, the Dutch Corner Tavern. My idea for that was a group that acted like a newspaper for this area, for Dutch Corner. And for a long time, if I can figure out how to do it, I'll go back to posting the stuff I post on my own Facebook page into that group, just because nobody else puts anything there. And I do have people look at that now and then, rarely. Finding a better way one of my groups, and you know, I kind of laid out a whole long list, 100 items long, I think, in of directives, I called them, to find a better way than the way we're living now. And finally, rough carpentry. Of all these, I think I may be the most likely. I'm sorry. To go back to rough carpentry, because as John Saulnier will be quick to say, he doesn't know anybody that builds like I do. Of course, that would mean that, well, I'm not going to find a group. But if I found people that could understand, I'm sure there's a lot that I could learn from them still. Well, anyway, those are some of the groups, most of the groups that I have joined over the years and am still members of. And now I've only got 2 things left.